Hello, Luke Michael Howard, Ph.D. and clinical hypnotist here with another episode of Storytime. I've been getting so much feedback with these videos that people are loving these stories. These are real stories of real clients that I've worked with over the last 20 or so years, being a clinical hypnotherapist. I have changed the name, I've changed the ages, I've changed anything that could make these people recognizable. So there is no breach in confidentiality. A few years ago, I was on a local TV show here in Canada, and I'd done a segment on hypnosis. It's very good. And as I left the studio, a young chap came up to me and he's like, I need your help. I'm like, sure, how can I help you? He's like, I can't talk about it here, can I call you? And I know, doing this for so long, when a young man comes up to me with a problem that he does not want to discuss in public, it usually has something to do with either sex or girls. So he gave me a call early the next day, and basically he had this very interesting problem of whenever he was around girls that he thought were attractive, were beautiful, he was terrified that he was going to vomit on them. Absolutely true. It reminds me of an episode of South Park, if anyone watched South Park, where the character Stan always vomits on his girlfriend. And it just didn't quite ring true in my head. Not that I was discounting that he felt this way, but if it truly happened. So I wanted to see it for real. So our very first session, I asked him not to meet me at my office, but to meet me at the mall. We meet up at the mall, and he's like, is your office here? I'm like, no, this is a mall, silly. My office is not here. And I said, I'm going to do a little experiment with you today. Are you on board? He's like, I guess so. And I said, I just want you to go up to any woman that you consider attractive and ask her for the time. He's like, I can't do that. I'm going to vomit on them. I'm like, it's okay. I have a bucket here. You're going to be okay. Just do it. Just trust me. You asked for my help. Just trust me. Made the devil's pact with me. So after a couple of minutes, begrudgingly, he went up to a woman that he considered attractive. He asked her for the time was, and he didn't vomit. He then came back to me. I'm like, how'd that go? He's like, well, I asked her for the time. I'm like, and then what? And he's like, well, nothing. I'm like, but you didn't vomit. He's like, well, no, it's just beginner's luck. So I'm like, okay, who else do you find attractive here? He's like, that girl over there. I'm like, go and just give her a compliment. Just say she looks very nice. He's like, I can't do that. I'm gonna vomit on her. I'm like, just trust me. It's gonna be okay. So again, begrudgingly, he goes up to this lady. He gives her a compliment. Comes back. And I'm like, how'd that go? He's like, it was okay. I'm like, why are you messing with me? He's like, pardon? I'm like, why did you lie to me? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you told me that if you talk to any woman that you consider beautiful, attractive, you would just involuntarily vomit on them. He's like, yeah, it's just because you're here and you're watching me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go up the escalator to the second floor of the mall. You won't be able to see me. You are to go up to 5 more women and give them compliments and have a conversation with them for a minute and then leave. And then call me, text me, come upstairs when you're done. So about 15 minutes later, he comes upstairs and he's as clean as a whistle, his clothes. I'm like, where's the vomit? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, you told me that this has been a problem for your whole life. You're a virgin. You've never had a girlfriend. This problem has held you prisoner for so long, yet we've just tested it in the real world and you haven't vomited on one person. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Steam started to come out of his ear. We went to my office. We did a little bit of regression hypnosis. And what had happened, interestingly enough, is a couple of years prior, I believe when he was 17, he was at a party and he had had too much to drink, alcohol. and he was eating at the same time. And it was full of a lot of youngsters, a lot of students there and so forth. So this mixture of alcohol, food, late night, a girl had asked him to pass her a glass of wine or some kind of beverage, and as he did, there was a reaction of the food, the alcohol, the late night, all mixing up inside, and he vomited on her. It had nothing to do with any kind of phobia. It was just a chemical reaction in his body, like most people who've drank too much in their life, or ate too much, or God forbid, ate too much, drank too much. Sometimes bad things happen, right? But his unconscious mind had made a complex equivalent, if you will, of 1 + 1 is 101. Unconscious mind saw an attractive girl, forgot about the food, forgot about the alcohol, just saw the vomit, connected these things together. So in his mind there was a seed, there was a belief: hot girls make me vomit, so we would never talk to any beautiful girls. So when he realised that he didn't actually have a phobia at all, he just ate too much, he drank too much, and perhaps that wasn't the best combination of things to do, at least now in his life, he was able to let go of that. And I was happy to report that I believe 6 or 7 months later I got a lovely email from him, and he told me that he got his first girlfriend and there was no more vomiting. I've been Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist, and this has been another episode of Storytime.